Okay, so I got this. Let's see what this is all about. Oh, do we have to see what's behind each door? Okay. I can't get into it. Pull it open. I don't want to do right for me. Oh, that one did better. Two more. Alright, now we got our practice. Let's see what they are. Dr. Finkelstein, Jack Skellington, Clown, Sally, and look, there's a cat. Pumpkin King, Behemoth, Vampire Teddy, Harlequin Demon. I really do like little minifigures, so this is quite awesome. So the next movie that we watched is Dark Ride from 2006, which is very similar to the Funhouse movie. This had a great cast. I really think the cast was pretty cool. Some of the people I recognized. Jamie Lynn Sigler plays Kathy, and I think the last thing that I watched her in was Big Sky. That's probably the most recent thing. Patrick Renna, I'm not really sure how you pronounce his name. He played Bill, and he's been in things like The Sandlot and The Big Green. He was even in an X-Files episode where I think he was a vampire. I want to say he was a vampire because I remember something about teeth and maybe some glowing eyes or something. I don't know. I could be wrong, but I do know he was in an episode of the X-Files. And also, David Clayton Rogers plays Steve. I can't think of what I know him from. Oh, wait. He was in the little show I watched not too long ago, Jane by Design. I think he played the girl's brother. So yeah, I dig the cast, and there were several other people, but those were the main ones that I really recognized. There was another dude that had like blondish hair, and he looked very familiar, but I couldn't figure out what I know him from. But he's been in lots of different shows that I've watched, so possibly just seen him in something. Episode here, episode there. Just love how that is. Okay. Spoiler alert, in case I say something I shouldn't. You never know. I did like the music in this movie a little bit. I kind of dug it. So basically, these college people are going on a trip. You have 2 guys, 2 girls, and one couple used to dated, and they're kind of No, actually 3 guys, 2 girls. And then, so the couple that you dated, they're kind of like, eh. So, basically, going on this trip, and they decide to spend the night in a dark ride. They see a flyer, and they get there, and they figure out how to get in, break in, and they're gonna spend the night in this place, which is like really, really creepy. And so they tell the story of this place because murders took place here. Like lots and lots of murders. I don't know how many bodies they found. But at the beginning of the movie, there's a set of twins, which are, they're kind of creepy but cool at the same time. They were murdered at this place. So, and while they're telling stories, one of the guys is like, those were my cousins, and that's why I wanted to come here, and blah blah blah, and told what happened, and said the killer did not die like people are saying. He's still alive. And next thing you know, a little bit later, the killing begins. And I really like all the attractions in it. Everything is super creepy. I can imagine going through a ride like this. I mean, it seemed like it would be fun, and I probably would be scared to death. But there is one, like, scene that is set up like a house or something with a door and a porch. And there's like a kid by the door. And come to find out, the face is gone. And the killer is actually wearing this as a mask, and it's kind of like it's like a kid babyish kind of look. So that's what the killer's mask is, and it's kind of funny but kind of creepy and interesting. So I really like that. And this killer is like super tall, like he's a monster. But the plot just gets deeper, because not only was this all set up, the girlfriend of the guy that they're exes, she wants to get revenge and kind of scare her boyfriend or whatever, ex-boyfriend, and so she pretends to get killed. She has her throat slit looking, and so the ex-boyfriend gets really mad about that, like, that's not cool, not cool, and he runs off. And later we find that he has been killed, and he's like made up like a puppet, and I think that is like super cool looking. I mean, he's so dead looking, but he's hanging with strings like a puppet, and so that's kind of really cool. So then after that, now they know there's a murderer for reals, and everybody's scared out of their minds. And the guy, Patrick, whatever his last name is, I don't know, however you pronounce it, he disappears through the rest of the movie, pretty much. And I had seen this at least once before, and for some reason I couldn't remember any of it. I could like recognize it, but I couldn't remember what was going to happen. So he had set this up with the girl who wanted revenge, but yet he was playing his own revenge game. Come to find out, that killer was his brother. And yeah, that's I did not remember that until like right before he said, came out. I was like, he's too calm. Oh, that's right, he's a bad guy. So he had his own revenge plot to have everybody murdered, I guess. Have Steve murdered, and yeah, I guess so. And I was wondering, okay, so his brother was in like a mental hospital or whatever, and he like broke out. So my thing is, because not everything is completely explained, or my brain just doesn't comprehend everything, I'm like, did he know his brother had broke out of the mental place? Was he taking these people there to kill them himself? Or did he know his brother had broke out and he was gonna let his brother kill him? I don't know, because that's not something I know. But yeah, so it's crazy. It's just a crazy movie when you get to that part. And so the brother ends up getting killed because she drives the van through the building to go save one of the guys that had texted help, and the killer is like thrown and into like these spikes, so dead, I guess, because it's a lot of spikes and that's a lot of blood. And that's when they find out that Patrick's character is not good, and he kills the blonde-headed guy, which I can't think of his name, but he lets her live. She was kind of knocked out in the van, and then she, I guess, comes to. So I don't know if she witnessed the blonde guy getting killed, but obviously he's dead. And he says thank you to her, and she ends up going out, and she's crying herself to death because I guess, you know, she didn't realize all that was gonna happen. It's kind of a funny thing. There was a girl, a blonde-headed girl, that was a little bit annoying. I mean, she was a little too emotional. And then we had a girl that they picked up as a hitchhiker, which I know I'm probably really just, you're like, okay, quit explaining the movie because you're not doing a very good job. That's okay. I know this. So, this hitchhiker that they picked up, the ex-girlfriend pulls her aside to help with the plan of the slitting throat and finding the body. Patrick had pulled her aside and asked her to help because he figured she'd be easier to get him into a dark room, and it worked. It so worked. But yeah, it was a very crazy movie, and I like the characters pretty much. I mean, they weren't like nothing special. I guess because I knew some of them, they didn't all annoy me too much. I just kind of like the cast. And yeah, so really creepy, and the creepy atmosphere of a dark ride. I kind of dig it, and now I want to go on a dark ride, though I probably would be scared to death. So, well, that was our movie, and I'll see you on the next one.